Thank you so much for attending my presentation about why Iron Thorns is the worst designed Pokemon ever, and first we need to talk about what it's based on, Tyranitar. This is one of the coolest mons in the game, period. Gameplay-wise, it cooks. It is a monster stat line fitting for such an imposing beast that allows it to be very versatile. It's a physical threat with great defenses and speed respectable enough to outrun some key threats. Plus, with a usable special attack stat, it can actually run some fun coverage to hit annoying Pokemon. Its ability, Sandstorm, makes this even more apparent. The weather condition not only does damage to most types in the game, vital chip for it and its teammates, but also buffs its special defense. Tyranitar can do it all, which shows in its results. This Pokemon has been OU in every generation, including, as of right now, Scarlet and Violet. In doubles, it's also great, winning Worlds in 2012 off the back of Ray Rizzo. Sandstorm continues to be amazing for teammates. Rock Slide is a very powerful spread move, and it's extremely difficult to remove from the field consistently before it does a lot of damage. I can't even come close to covering everything that Tyranitar has done, but suffice it to say, it's iconic. Plus, it looks so damn cool. It's Godzilla, which is already a big win, but the design expands in some really interesting ways, especially how it evolves being from a pupa that becomes its abdomen. That's a really interesting idea and makes me love it even more. Tyranitar is awesome. So how did Iron Thorns fuck this all up? Well, first, its stats. Its base stat total is less than regular Tyranitar, being a whole 30 points behind the real thing. Why? Genuinely, why? It doesn't make any sense to make a new variant of a Pokemon and make its stats worse. Oh, and in case you thought they'd at least min-max its remaining numbers, no, they didn't. It is one stat higher than Tyranitar, that being its speed, which is still decidedly mediocre. Everything else is either exactly the same or significantly worse. Its ability also sucks. Where Sandstorm is a reliable car that always works when you need it to, Quirk Drive is like a sports car that doesn't have gas. It doesn't actually do much despite looking really cool. Yes, when you are in electric terrain, your highest stat gets a boost. That can be a big deal. However, when the hell are you ever going to be in electric terrain in a format where Iron Thorns makes sense to use? In Ubers and restricted formats, it technically activates, but Iron Thorns is severely power crept in both. In RU, no one's setting electric terrain. In regular VGC formats, no one's setting electric terrain. It can be used with booster energy, but then you sacrifice the loaded dice or life orb, which are both absolutely amazing. You can get usage out of this ability, but it's surprisingly niche. And just to put the nail in the coffin, its lowered special attack and no dark type means that it has less interesting moves to click, just all around a shit show. In competitive formats, it sucks. In singles, its stat line and access to Dragon Dance lets it perform in middle tiers, specifically getting banned from NU. That's not terrible, but it's significantly worse than Tyranitar. Aside from that, it doesn't have notable niches in other metagames like some other mediocre Pokemon. It's just so uninteresting too. Another forgettable Dragon Dance sweeper to add to the pile. Its thing is that it can click multi-hit moves decently, but it still isn't tangibly doing anything very unique. Compared to the king of versatility or even just a Pokemon that can do two different valuable things, it's completely lacking. In VGC, it's actually much more depressing. It got two 61st place finishes at regionals in 2023 and has apparently been in a coma ever since. Iron Thorns has not done anything, and I would bet real life dollars that it will continue to not do anything. There just isn't a good reason to use it over Tyranitar in most formats, and then when Miraidon comes around, there isn't a good reason to use it over basically any other future Paradox Pokemon. It doesn't do anything that makes it special. Finally, it looks terrible. This is pretty subjective, but there's no way this is a hot take. It looks like an inflatable instead of a robot, especially the arms that stick straight out like they're filled with too much air. Its mouth isn't menacing anymore, it just looks goofy. The whole pupa thing is ruined since both the abdomen and the holes in its chest are the same thing. Iron Thorns is deeply unserious, and it's not even funny. Iron Bundle is funny because it's based off Delibird, which makes up for the fact that it's just kinda metal Delibird. Iron Thorns just completely ruins one of the best Pokemon designs of all time. That's not funny, it's sad. I'm all for loving weird Pokemon that don't look super aesthetically pleasing, and if you like Iron Thorns, then feel free to like it. I'm just saying that, to me, it looks like Rex from Toy Story, and that's not a good thing. In conclusion, I don't like Iron Thorns, you can probably tell. Its stats suck, its moves suck, it doesn't do anything cool, and it's competitively bankrupt of cool ideas. Plus, it looks so terrible, especially compared to Tyranitar. Thank you so much for watching.